I'm still grinning. And the money ain't run out yet, so I do believe I'm winning. For all the mess I was am and will be continuing, and the fun is only beginning. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Hello and welcome to Don't Bury the Lead. We recap WWE SmackDown every Saturday night, but tonight is a different night as we are recapping Crown Jewel on a Monday night. My name's John Tindall. I'm joined by Dom Scarcella. Dom, can you tell the people a little bit about yourself?
John, it was Crown Jewel in Australia, so down under. Did this show get over?
Ooh,
Without
I like it.
further ado, John, don't bury the lead. What's our top story from this WWE PLE Crown Jewel?
Dom, we don't ever bury the lead. No. We don't bury that lead. And it's got to be, for me, the lead is the two old classics, AJ Styles and John Cena, matching up these two vets. And John Cena picks up the win. This match goes very long, much longer than I thought it would be, and included a lot of fun throwbacks throughout it. But John Cena picks up the win over AJ Styles in a very fun match, I'd have to say. Dom, what'd you think of this match between Styles and Cena?
I would not want to see this match and match style replicated and become the norm at all. However, for the two wrestlers involved and the context, I would not argue with someone who said this is the match of the year.
Wow.
Because I get it. I get it. I understand why if you were into the John Cena retirement and you know that AJ Styles doesn't have much time left and you've been a wrestling fan for a long time, I get why you could watch this match and think this is just a classic. In fact, I heard Mark Calloway, The Undertaker, said as much. I don't know if it was on his podcast or in an interview with someone else, but, said it was a true classic. And it's the kind of match that I would usually not like because it was just a spot fest. But it wasn't the bad kind of spot fest, right?
I think at one point Wade Barrett said, "Oh, this is like when you create a character in WWE 2K5 and or I guess 2K25, and you decide what moves they're going to make, and you make them all finishers." And I was like, "Yeah, this is video game wrestling. This is usually really bad. Video game wrestling is bad, you know." So, but to your point, I think it's the two guys that were involved in the match. Mm-hmm. If you had like somebody else do this, right? If you had like any other match, quite frankly, on the card, if you had Cody and Seth doing stuff like this, it wouldn't have made much sense. But John Cena right now, he's already doing it at this point because he doesn't have the title. He's just doing it for like the last couple matches. He and AJ have wrestled a ton up to this point, have had amazing classic matches. I'm sure they're not going to get to where they were at before. There wasn't nearly as much build. So doing the series of crazy different moves, really the moves, just other people's moves, was really interesting.
Right. Like these guys took you through a tour of probably the last 20 years of major pro wrestling.
Sure.
Match goes about 27 minutes. You mentioned Cena getting the win. Cena gets the win. Cena gets thrown to the mat after they're fighting on the turnbuckles. AJ tries a crossbody off the top rope. Cena catches him and then rolls through while still holding on, picks up AJ, stands up with AJ still in his arms, turns him for a tombstone pile driver, and then picks him up again for a final attitude adjustment and the pinfall. Post-match, they hugged and they raised each other's hands and hugged again. And pre-match, they did something cool too. John Cena gets his custom intros for all of these big matches. He called and maybe this was scripted, I don't know. Maybe it was just off the cuff. Cena called the ring announcer over, handed her a piece of paper, and had her give AJ Styles a special custom intro that was really cool. So this was babyface versus babyface the whole time. There was not like, oh, I wonder who's the heel in this match. No one.
Right?
No one. There's absolutely no one. I'm going to go through some of the, you mentioned them going through other people's moves. I tried to write down a number of the sequences. There was a big sequence where it wasn't just spot fest. It was guys trying to counter each other. AJ went for a Styles clash. Cena slides down, grabs the ankle, turns it into an STF. So it was almost an ankle lock, turns it into a step over toe hold face lock. AJ counters with the crossface. Cena counters into, clearly he is paying tribute to one of the great champions we've ever seen, the Bonsall Street Bomber, putting AJ Styles into the Kensington Clutch. Now, they tried to, on commentary, say this was the Accolade or the Camel Clutch, and they didn't even mention the Steiner Recliner, the losers. But this was, if it's not the Steiner Recliner, this was clearly a nod to the Kensington Clutch.
It's got to be Kensington Clutch all day.
Absolutely, all the way.
Thank
AJ
you, John.
Counters with a sleeper.
Thank you, John. That's very nice of you.
Yes. See that? He knows his wrestling history.
He knows his wrestling history.
He's been on YouTube. He has seen NJCW's championship clash. AJ Styles counters with a sleeper that they tried to say was maybe a coquina clutch or a choke out. It was a sleeper. Cena counters with the Walls of Jericho, which they called Walls of Jericho. Interesting that Jericho's not in the company anymore. Now, previous to this, AJ Styles hit that inverted DDT, and Michael Cole called it a Scorpion Death Drop. Big tribute to, so this wasn't just John Cena paying tribute to him. I mean, AJ Styles is on his way out. Sting was huge for AJ Styles' career in TNA.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely huge for AJ in that previous promotion where AJ was. We spent a lot of time. AJ counters with the calf crusher out of the Walls of Jericho. Cena counters back into the STF. AJ escapes, sends Cena off the ropes, and finally hits his Styles clash for a 2.5 count. Then they start going into other people's finishers here. AJ Styles goes for the phenomenal forearm. Cena catches him, turns it into a Sister Abigail DDT, in which he kissed AJ Styles before hitting the move. The crowd took out their phones and started giving the fireflies all over the arena. AJ then slid out of an attitude adjustment and hit an angel wings faceplant. I don't know if that's his move or someone else's. I've seen other people do it. Cena went for a pedigree. This is the one move they didn't hit. He went for Triple H's move and did not finish it. So he did not. He's like, I'm like, screw you, Triple H. I'm not hitting your lousy finisher. So he doesn't hit the pedigree. But AJ stands up for an over-the-back tombstone, which looked really cool because I haven't seen it before. Cena hits Randy Orton's rope-hanging DDT, then sets up for the RKO and hits it. AJ Styles kicks out. Cena goes for Randy Orton's punt, but misses. AJ Styles hits the attitude adjustment for a 2 count. Crowd starts chanting "Fight Forever" as if at this point they realize what's happening. And they're like, yeah, just keep doing it. Do every finisher you could imagine. AJ Styles goes for the "You Can't See Me." Cena grabs his throat, stands up, hits a choke slam for a 2 count. The crowd starts chanting 619. Wouldn't you know it, John Cena drop toe holds AJ Styles across the rope, the middle rope. I don't know if they called that on the spot, but it looked fairly well executed.
I think they called it. I think they called it out there because if you notice, he reverses it because there's no way that Cena could hit it. Yes. So he's like, what do I do? What do I do? He's like, come get me. Yep. I think they called it. He drags him over and then he goes and gets him because he can't nail it. But
Cena hits the ropes, comes back for the 619. AJ stands up, intercepts him with a big lariat.
Because he could have never executed the move. So
No, like there's no way John Cena is doing the 619.
Uh-huh.
We know that already. AJ hits a slingshot 450 splash, but can't makes the cover. He stands up, tunes up the band, hits sweet chin music for a 2 count. AJ Styles finally gets his own finisher, the phenomenal forearm, for a 2 count. Cena goes for an attitude adjustment, but after several elbows from AJ Styles trying to get out of the move, finally gets it. But it's only a 2.5 count. And that sets up the finishing sequence. Lots of history in this match with, like you said, there were no titles on the line. There was no number one ranking on the line, no trophies, nothing. This was just two guys who've been doing this for more than 20 years each, going through the history of the history of the 2000s and pro wrestling.
yeah, because Cena at this point he's like an attraction.
Absolutely.
So because he's that, then he can. I think that's fine for him to have a match that's a little bit more outside the box because it's like he's only got a couple matches left. He's done the title run. You know, you're supposed to just be kind of having fun and enjoying this one. This is a less serious contest, if you will.
Better or worse than having him go out there for 9 minutes and just get squashed by Brock Lesnar?
This was an improvement, right?
This was an improvement over that.
It's funny that they would put Brock over in that situation and not Styles. You think Styles has a little bit more gas in the tank and he'll be there for another year. So you think Styles would have preferred to go over, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
I'm hearing rumors that they want Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, perhaps to face Braun Breaker.
Ah, okay.
So there are long-term plans for Brock Lesnar, even if it's not like every week he's on TV. Like they have something in mind, and they wanted him to look strong there. But I thoroughly enjoyed this match. Was it my favorite match of the year? No, but for what it was, and context is everything, I will not argue with someone who says match of the year.
I love it. Yeah, I do have to say it was a lot of fun. The crowd was really into it.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, the pacing was excellent. Honestly, the way it was paced out in the beginning before it went into the video game throwbacks to every historical move.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that it was really good. I thought it was already looking like it would be a good match because they were doing the slow pacing. The crowd was into it, them just doing the slow stuff. And then it turned into that. TNA chants erupted in the crowd, which is really interesting. TNA for AJ Styles.
And they're not going to censor that because they have the arrangement with TNA now.
Yeah, totally. I hope we got all the moves because I'm going to make a video and I'm going to just take each move and then the audio of us saying
there you go. Tell us in the live chat if you're with us right now on the live stream, or tell us in the comments. Did we miss any of the tribute finishing moves from the John Cena AJ Styles match? John, I got nothing. It was a spot fest. I got nothing else. I will say I enjoyed the match though.
Yeah, let's move on. I know we're doing a bit more abbreviated tonight, so if you want, maybe we can go to we had 2 champion versus champion matches, basically the Raw versus SmackDown champions on the men's side and the women's side, as is customary in Crown Royal, which is in Perth. I don't get it. I don't want to think. I don't know why Crown Royal
would have made more sense than Crown Jewel for Perth, Australia.
Oh, right. Sorry, it's Crown Jewel. Excuse me, Crown Jewel. Crown Royal would have made more sense. You're correct.
I'm sure there's been plenty of Crown Royal in the bars in the Aussie Outback there. I'm not sure that there's been a Crown Jewel.
And there certainly is not any Crown Royal in Saudi Arabia, as alcohol is illegal. So
no, that's right. Correct.
So we had Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins picks up the win, and what I'm going to call is a bit of an upset here. Seth
Okay,
Rollins.
why would you say it's a bit of an upset? Because there was no interference from the Bronze.
Exactly. I thought if Seth was going to win, there'd be interference from the Bronze. He still cheated. He still hook or crooked his way, but he still beat him one-on-one.
Yep.
You know, like customary heel style. So Cody, versus Seth. Seth wins it. I was surprised about this one. I thought it was a good match. I liked it. Dom, what did you think of it?
This match goes almost 30 minutes, and while the Bronze did not help Seth Rollins win, Cody Rhodes did. Seth Rollins used the Rolex watch that Cody Rhodes gifted him for Seth Rollins' help at WrestleMania 40 in defeating Roman Reigns. Gifted Seth Rollins a Rolex watch. Seth teased using it early, but did not. And then as they were fighting, Seth wound up in the corner where he had thrown the watch. He put it on his hands out of Cody's view, put it around his right fist like brass knuckles. It's like the most expensive brass knuckles ever, if that's a real Rolex. Then as Cody goes for, it's also out of the view of the ref, who took a minor ref bump. So he wasn't knocked out. He just took a shot in the gut a little bit. So he like keeled over, was trying to, get his wind under him. Cody goes for the crossroads. Seth reaches his arms up just a punch right under the chin with the Rolex watch. This knocks out Cody Rhodes almost completely. Cody, groggy, tries to get up. Seth hits the stomp. Then he climbs to the second turnbuckle, waiting for Cody to get up again. Cody tries to stand. Seth Rollins hits a second stomp from the second turnbuckle, covers Cody Rhodes. The ref is there. 1, 2, 3. That Rolex, I wonder if it kept on ticking after taking that licking. But Seth Rollins gets the pinfall in the middle of the ring. Interesting way to do it.
Yeah, interesting dynamic too. Like Cody has been Mr. You can't beat him, right? Like he's been Super Cena for lack of a better term. The only way that he lost was interference from Travis Scott.
Yes.
Ugh. Oh God. I can't believe they saved it for Travis Scott interference. That's what he lost on.
It's like Goldberg's streak ending because of a cattle prod.
It would have been like oh God, who is the actor they had? Man, to win the WCW title.
Oh, David Arquette.
It would have been like if David Arquette is the one to knock off Goldberg. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure David Arquette could at least throw a slap.
Right, I think he at least could handle that. But yeah,
so this match goes almost 30 minutes, longest match of the night, and a somewhat clean finish for what we've usually seen from the Vision. What do you think of this, and were there any good sequences you wanted to call out in here?
I did want to call out. I liked Rollins doing the pedigree, and I think that's why Cena didn't hit the pedigree because you can't have guys doing the same unique moves match to match. Ideally, when you lay out a card, you don't want guys doing, especially like the super moves. And a big move. If Rollins is going to use the pedigree now, then you don't want Rollins using it during this match and then Cena using it. In his
exactly.
tribute.
Randy Orton was not on the show, so do the RKO. The Wyatt Six and Alexa Bliss weren't on the show, so yeah, do the Sister Abigail. So yes, totally get it.
So I think that's what it was, but they still teased it, and I'm sure that's because the man with 3 H's, he sure loves him some me. He loves me some me, right? Like
right.
He really loves himself. So he has no problem saying, "Oh, why don't you do the pedigree? Why don't we tease it twice?"
Why don't we tease it twice? You can imagine Triple H screaming in the ear of the ref or Michael Cole and Gorilla going, "There's a sledgehammer under the ring! Get the sledgehammer! Get it! Now! Get the sledgehammer!"
He needs to get his props. There was some really cool stuff too throughout the match. The Cody Cutter miss, like off of the top ropes, and Cody just taking a back bump is really well done by him, but still that had to have hurt.
It's Darby Allin's coffin drop, basically.
Exactly. Darby Allin's coffin drop, but nobody home.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, it was basically the Darby Allin coffin drop. It's a good
Yep.
point. I mean, there are so many different cool spots, but I'll just call out one. Um, again, when when Cody goes off the ropes, there's a cool reversal into a power bomb by Seth Rollins that I really liked. It looked sharp. I actually like these two wrestling a lot. I was like, I could go for this a little bit more. Like,
Sure.
I'd like to see this
Seth
again.
Rollins is an A-lister and has been for a long time, and so is Cody Rhodes. They were saying this is the first time Seth Rollins has beaten Cody Rhodes one-on-one. Because remember, when Cody came back to WWE from AEW, Seth Rollins was the guy who put him over right away in a main event style program.
Yeah, he
So
really.
Cody owes a lot to Seth Rollins from a business standpoint, and it's two guys who are fantastic.
Yeah. It gives me some wonder here. Is CM Punk? I mean, he'll eventually get the belt from Seth, but does Seth chase Cody then into WrestleMania, or do they leave the Cody Seth thing for WrestleMania and Gunter chases Cody? Because right now I'm like, I wonder who they're sizing up for Cody to wrestle at WrestleMania, or when is he going to lose the belt? You know, who's the next
that too,
guy?
like the road to WrestleMania keeps getting earlier and earlier, doesn't it?
Right.
It's like we're in early October and I wonder who these guys are wrestling at WrestleMania. Were there any clues today in October? 6 months out.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, the way they've been booking that belt, though, they don't have him ever lose it until WrestleMania. So, or even retain it. He could retain at WrestleMania. Oh man, he's been the champ for a while, hasn't he?
He was the champ for a little more than a full year before losing it at WrestleMania because of where the WrestleManias fell in April. And then he's gotten the belt back. So, I mean, he won it at SummerSlam. So by the time that rolls around, it'll be 8 months by the time WrestleMania 42 runs around.
Yeah, it sounds like they really like to keep people having belts for long stints, don't they? Except for the tag belts, SmackDown tag belts, which it's somebody different every week.
I don't know. The World Heavyweight Championship has been changing hands a lot.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Especially with the Money in the Bank cash-ins.
Yeah. Did you have anything that you liked from this match specifically?
Yeah, Cody getting hung up in the Tree of Woe. Seth goes to an adjacent turnbuckle, goes all the way across an entire span of the side of the ring for a flying headbutt.
Oh,
Big
wow.
move on his part. Very athletic move, well executed. Shades of Rob Van Dam doing the coast-to-coast drop kick when he used to do that in ECW.
Mm.
So Seth Rollins with a big thing there. Seth also executing a Spanish fly off the top turnbuckle and then a Uranagi slam for a 2.5 count. Seth escaping the pedigree did he crawl under Cody's legs? That was where he that was where he got the watch from.
Yeah.
Towards the end there, to set that up, he got out of the pedigree. So it was also Cody Rhodes trying the pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of cool stuff. Cody looks great. He does hit his Cody cutter. He does hit his he did a sit out backslide vertebreaker, which Wade Barrett shouts out was a Shane Helms move. I don't remember that, but I'll defer to Wade Barrett. So each of these guys hit big spots.
Mm-hmm.
But they also did some good counters. This is the kind of match where it could have gone either way. In a way, I'm glad to see Seth Rollins get the win here.
Yeah. Dom, in the interest of time, how about we move on to the women here? So we got Stephanie Valcour versus Tiffany Stratton. Mm-hmm. Stephanie Valcour wins it. And another one that surprises me over Tiffany Stratton. I mean, just another person that reminds me a lot of Tiffany Stratton for the way she's been booked is Stephanie Valcour, where she just got strapped to a rocket the second she got up, and they gave her the belt right away. Yep. And Dom, did she prove that she should have a belt and be knocking off Tiffany Stratton. What did you think of this match between Stephanie Valcour and Tiffany Stratton?
Match only goes 10 minutes, which is about half the time that they gave Stephanie Valcour to win the belt from Io Sky when the belt was vacant at a previous Premium Live event. Tiffany Stratton looks better than she has in the past. She looks like she's slimmed down a little bit, but she's not. She doesn't look scrawny. I wonder if that's strategic for anything they want her to do. She still has all her athleticism, very much with the gymnastics. Did do some holds early on, which I haven't seen from Tiffany Stratton. So she's adding to her repertoire. This is good.
That's definitely something that's really good to see.
I like that she can do that. That's going to be important. But yes, Stephanie Valcour winds up getting the win here. Tiffany Stratton escapes an angel wing, hits a big knee to the face, then a rolling senton. But Stephanie rolls out of the top turnbuckle moonsault, the prettiest moonsault ever. Stephanie goes right to the corner for a top turnbuckle corkscrew splash of her own for the pinfall. Lots of pinfall attempts in this one. Some reversals, some counters. The worst match of the night, but not a bad match. Shortest match of the night, but not a too short match. It does make me wonder how much they trust Tiffany Stratton, though. Because they obviously trust Stephanie Valcour. She wrestled 20 minutes with Io Sky. It was a great match. Great match. I wonder how much they trust Tiffany Stratton. I don't know. I don't have much off of that. They were also, I guess, trying to. This was also a babyface versus babyface match in a sense. I don't know if they were trying to make Stephanie Valcour into a heel early, because Tiffany held out the hand for a handshake early in the match after the holds and the reversals. And Stephanie declined and went for a kick. Tiffany caught her kick attempt. So that was, I don't know if they were trying to make Stephanie into a heel, or if they were trying to say, oh no, she's too smart for Tiffany because Tiffany Stratton's going to be the real heel. I don't know. I think both of these wrestlers are great athletes, but they're also not good promos. Stephanie, because English is not her first language, and Tiffany Stratton, because she just hasn't had that kind of seasoning yet. She didn't work the indies for years.
Yeah.
Where she had to work a small crowd and really get over.
I think Tiffany might be further along than Stephanie there. I think Tiffany's shown some signs of having charisma, but Stephanie, I haven't seen much from it. But in the ring, it looked good, right? Yeah. So, I mean, all things considered, I'm more of a in the ring guy than a promo, except for maybe LA Knight. His promos just kill me, but that's just because he's so amazing at them. Yeah.
Then he gets pinned clean by the bronze in the ring.
Do you have any? I should ask you this before we hop on to the next lightning round of matches here. Do you have any? Do you think this is an indicator here that? Oh, look, we got a message from Twitch. Have you all seen Speed's WWE gear? The tights actually look sick.
I have not seen the gear in action. Where does Speed? Thank you for the question, though. Is Speed on NXT?
Oh, he's got a link.
Oh, okay.
You know what,
Jason? Okay, so there you go. Yeah, if you want to take a look, I have not seen the gear.
We'll pull it up during Cheap Heat. But yeah, that's interesting. Speed is an interesting guy because he's only had one appearance on WWE and was fantastic in it when he got destroyed by Braun Breaker. That's how it's done. I think it's one of my favorite celebrity appearances because he didn't do the whole thing. He didn't have to be the tough guy and have it make no sense. It was just him getting blown up.
Yeah, he got destroyed by an actual pro wrestler.
Yeah. Speed is very athletic. Agreed.
Yes.
So,
yes, and Javon Evans also, and they're kind of the same size too.
mhm.
I wonder if that's in the plans for NXT. I wouldn't put that on the main roster. I'd give them a shot maybe on NXT if they wanted to do that.
And Ghostface, thank you so much for your comments. Much appreciated. Listen, we are based off out of YouTube. Don't bury the lead on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe if you at all are into wrestling and you want to check it out. We live stream onto Twitch, but most of our videos live on YouTube.
Yeah, Twitch doesn't really let you store an archive.
I like this one though.
Yes.
Random thought. So if Juan Cena shows up instead of John Cena, would that add another date for John?
That's a good question. And could Juan Cena do the 619?
Could he? And
instead of having to beg off of it.
And also John Cena with an X.
Yes, that's right.
The Chinese sympathizer.
Yes, with the Chinese gear. Yes, of course. These are all extra dates. Could you imagine them doing this in early 2026 just to get Cena to one more WrestleMania? It's like, no, I am not John Cena. I am Juan Cena.
Just to make it to WrestleMania. They give
him Luchador. He'll have a program with El Grande Americana for a few weeks.
Oh my God, that's great. So, anyways,
you were asking me, is this an indication of what?
Is this an indicator that Tiffany Stratton is going to lose the title because she lost tonight or 2 nights ago? Do you think?
Who does she lose it to, though? I don't think it can be Nia Jax at this point.
No.
It would have to be Jade Cargill. And I think they were planning for that and maybe moving that direction until the botch fest on SmackDown.
Yeah. It does feel like they want to push. I mean, that would be crazy to give Jade the title, but I mean, it might happen.
It'd be no crazier than, frankly, giving Tiffany Stratton the title.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Bold idea. How about Alexa Bliss?
Alexa Bliss for the title to take it from Tiffany Stratton, they'd have to drop the tag belts first, and I think there's more mileage to get out of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. This is the first interesting program Charlotte Flair's ever been in her career. Where the gimmick wasn't, oh, just tell people your last name's Flair. Like, this is the first interesting thing she's done.
Yeah.
And I think there's mileage.
Yeah, and you know what? The only person that comes to mind that's really interesting to me is Chelsea Green, because she's done so well. I think she was probably the best U.S. champ. And if you are going to give it to another person, you could potentially say, I think Chelsea Green has everything she needs to be a champ in WWE. Right.
Yeah. Well, if we see them start to book her not as the comedy wrestler for she still is flighty and has her personality, but they start booking her again like the Chelsea Green who can wrestle, then yes, she's always in the title picture if they book her as someone who can wrestle, because she is a good athlete and she's so great as a character.
Then Ghostface said Alexa and Charlotte are the best thing in WWE right now. IMO.
I can see that argument. I can hear that argument. Yes.
Great stuff, Ghostface. For real.
Thank you, Ghostface. Yes, awesome. So we got 2 more matches. Ghostface, tell us what's your favorite match of Crown Jewel. If you saw it. If not, tell us how you think we're doing recapping it. Are we painting the picture for you? Where do you want to go next, John?
How about you take over here, Dom, because you have a better feel for the next 2 matches.
Bronson Reed versus Roman Reigns. Match goes 21 minutes. Bronson Reed wins it with his top turnbuckle splash on Roman Reigns for the pinfall.
Wow.
Yes, there was some help from Braun Breaker, but asterisk, Roman Reigns got some help from Jimmy and Jey Uso, but it backfired. So in the end, 2 Brauns beat 3 Usos. After the match, the roving camera has Roman Reigns sitting in the ring looking at his 2 cousins, and he's angry at them for coming out and trying to help him. And he's saying, the whole world thinks I can't do crap on my own, except he didn't say crap. So we're getting the Roman Reigns storyline that you and I have been talking about. Like, this guy can't do anything on his own.
He's always had the bloodline.
Yes.
And yeah, without the bloodline, he loses to Braun Breaker, which is actually pretty crazy. I thought Braun was
Bronson Reed here.
Bronson Reed, sorry.
Yes, now it's because Jay, in trying to spear Bronson Reed sidesteps him. He spears his cousin Roman Reigns through a table that had been propped up in the corner. But yeah, I mean, Roman leaves the ring alone. The Brauns and Paul Heyman left the ring first. Words between Roman and the Usos. Roman leaves the ring alone, pouting. Jay gets frustrated with Jimmy, and then Jay leaves the ring alone, and now Jimmy's left all by himself in the middle of the ring. Is there a Jey Uso heel turn coming here? I don't know.
Ghostface has a couple good ones here. John Cena versus AJ, of course, was the best match of the entire retirement tour.
That's what I was saying. I will not argue if you tell me match of the year.
Yeah. And then the moment John almost cries while looking up to Bray almost got me, not going to lie. Yes, he did get emotional.
Yes.
When he did the Sister Abigail.
Yep.
Which used to be called Sister Abigail's Kiss. I'm glad they're calling it Sister Abigail.
Yep.
Because Sister
Cena
Abigail
did the kiss.
He did the kiss. Yes. Right.
Yeah. I wonder if he called that on the spot. He's got him there in the headlock. He goes, AJ, pucker up, buddy.
But how about the next match here?
All right. After that one, we've got a fun match that was the second to last match to go on. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. There were 2 ways that this match was going to go as far as I could tell. One, Kairi Sane was going to eat the pin, which would set up long-term Io Sky versus Asuka, so it would protect Asuka. Or 2, we were going to see a heel turn by Rhea Ripley.
Wow.
And I wanted option 2. And maybe the Vince McMahon WWE would have done this. Maybe the Vince McMahon WWE era would have said, yes, crap all over the hometown fans. Turn their hero heel. Yes, do it. Hit your partner with a chair and then make the other team win. And then join the Kabuki Warriors. I was wanting that to happen. Because the Io Sky heel turn would have been like, no, that's lousy. But a Rhea Ripley heel turn would have been awesome, especially in her hometown. But they didn't do that. They had Rhea Ripley hit a pump handle slam, the Riptide, on Kairi Sane after pulling her into the ring after disposing of Asuka. She tags in Io to let Io hit the top turnbuckle moonsault for the pinfall. So Rhea, in her hometown, helps Io Sky get the win over her former friends. But it all worked out to set up what I think is Io versus Asuka down the road.
Yeah.
I like it. I'll go with it. I still would have popped more for a Rhea Ripley heel turn.
All right. We were doing an abbreviated recap, and that's the abbreviated recap.
It's a great match, by the way. It really was a great match.
Maybe I'll go back and check that
one out.
Like
with these 4 women, like who's the weak spot in this match?
Seriously, right?
Like Kairi Sane is smaller because she's thin. She's got a small frame, but she does well for herself in the ring. Like she gives it a roll, even though she's clearly small.
Io, you can argue Io is the best wrestler in the company, man or woman.
Michael Cole said that again.
And
She was in there a long time. They were selling the Rhea Ripley hot tag for a while.
Mm-hmm.
This was a 2-on-1 for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, Io and Rhea Ripley are very high up in the women's.
Yep.
Like they're top guys. You know what I mean?
Yes, and they've managed to keep them away from the title belt for months now.
Yeah, because if they ever had a title, because if they had a title shot, they should win it. If it's Io Sky versus Tiffany Stratton, is it Rhea Ripley versus Tiffany Stratton? Guess what? You know.
Right.
I have this here from Ghostface. I love that they did the Sister Abigail spot the same way Bray and AJ did it in 2017 when he won the WWE title in the Chamber.
Oh, okay. So that was a callback to even more than just Bray Wyatt. It was a callback to a classic match. Yeah. The WWE is doing well at, I mean, AJ Styles still has a little bit more mileage than John Cena. So AJ Styles is still in, say, like the Intercontinental Championship picture. They're not giving him the retirement tour yet. But I think everybody realizes that AJ Styles is on his way out too. AJ Styles has said as much. Mm-hmm. So this was a good match for AJ as well against John Cena.
Yeah. AJ looks awesome, though. He looks friggin' jacked.
He does. He looks not jacked in the Randy Orton sense, but he looks like he's slim. He's put together. He's had a good weight.
Yeah.
He's maintained his flexibility late into his career.
Yeah. He's still very athletic, which is crazy.
He did the springboard 450.
Yes, I know. That's nuts. And then Ghostface has one more. I'd argue that Rhea was the weak spot.
They almost booked her that way. They left her on the apron for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, okay, Kairi Sane's going to come over and punch you off the apron. Stay down for a few minutes. Really? From one little uppercut from Kairi Sane with a forearm? The Rhea Ripley I know would have popped right up and grabbed her by the hair.
Right.
I think they were they wanted to give Rhea Ripley she got the big entrance in her hometown. She was on the winning side, but they really made Rhea Ripley look like the hero. She got the hot tag. She was gracious. She helped out her friend, who's also her rival, win the match.
Dom, speaking of big entrances or even big exits, when you're driving, you see an exit, right?
Yes.
We're going to take the exit right here.
We're going to screech the tires and take that exit, baby. It's time for the thumb drive, where you and I distill this premium live event into a simple thumbs up or a thumbs down. There are no ties. There are also no star ratings, no letter grades, no number grades. You're taking WWE Crown Jewel, pass, fail.
Dom, we're not Dave Meltzer. We don't give out star ratings. We don't give 7 stars in the Tokyo Dome. We don't do 3 stars at the TD Garden Bank Arena in Boston, Massachusetts. No. We don't do star ratings. We just give the show a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Was the show good or was the show bad? My hair's all over the place. Sorry. All right, Dom, are you ready?
I am ready.
3, 2, 1. Oh, Dom, why'd you give this show a thumbs up?
For a show that I don't think there was a title match on this show. It was 2 crown jewels, Bronson Reed versus Roman Reigns, a tag match that was not for the titles, and John Cena, AJ Styles. For a show that had no championship belts on the line, I thought it was 5 good matches. They were all different. The Tiffany Stratton, Stephanie Vaquer one was more of a SmackDown or Raw main event, but everything else on the show I thought carried it.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what. For me, the thumbs up was a no-brainer after watching Cena and AJ Styles. I cheated and I watched that one right away. I was like, thumbs up. I don't need to see the rest of the show. But I watched Cody and Seth, and I watched Tiffany Stratton and Stephanie Vaquer, and I know the other matches probably were pretty good as well. But Yeah, this was like a no-brainer, thumbs up. I'm not going to be all salty about it like I was with WrestlePalooza. I have accepted it. So they have gotten their punishment, thumbs down, and I will move on. I will have to say it is still frustrating that I have to pirate this, but I will just steal it because you made me steal it. You made me steal it, Triple H. You did.
Then again, if they put on a clunker of a show, we will give it a thumbs down.
Yes, true. And then I'll say I stole this for nothing. You know how much I paid for this? $0.
This was worth every penny.
Right. All right. So we're moving on into Cheap Heat.
There you go.
Cheap Heat is a segment or a section of the show that Dom and I have created where we talk about trending topics in the wrestling world. We talk about WWE, AEW, other elements of pro wrestling, and we'll take this cheap heat and we'll cut it down into shorter videos and release those onto YouTube. That's really our bread and butter, is just shorter videos on YouTube. So if you're watching now, I know we have some chatters coming through, Ghostface. Check us out on YouTube and subscribe to our stuff. We have a lot of content on there, just shorter videos about wrestling. And yeah, for the most part here, I think we're ready to go. Dom, what's our first topic to discuss tonight on Cheap
John,
Heat?
since you and I are too cheap, I don't think this is in our league here. But since we're talking John Cena and a lot of the nostalgia, I saw this story. This was so
That's
cool.
a work,
I did it
not
on
a
my own
shoot either.
podcast.
That's
right?
a work, not a shoot. We are both cheap.
Right. This from Money Digest, WWE toys that are worth a ton of money. Did you have any of these old style WWE toys, WWF at the time, that were, I mean, pro wrestling is cartoonish enough, and these figures look like even more cartoonish. This is the old style figurines where the heads are too big for the bodies, the arms are as big as the legs, the hands are too big for the arms. It's cartoonish, but it's so pro wrestling. I did have some toys. I played with them, though. I had the ring also that you set up. I never did what people are doing here. Apparently, if you've been able to locate some of these old wrestling toys in really good condition, especially unopened, these things are worth thousands of dollars. Something like a Ludwig Borga can fetch you several $100s because it's such a rare find. They strapped a rocket to him, but he got hurt and only lasted a year. There are other fantastic things in here, prototypes, but also some wrestling things that were just on like the end of a press run or alternate versions of toys. I did want to point out a couple of them here. One is the Ultimate Warrior toy here. He self-produced a figurine, and it's one of the only ones that has the body somewhat well proportioned. It still looks like a cartoon because it's the Ultimate Warrior and he was a cartoon. But, $10,000 if you've got an Ultimate Warrior self-produced figurine from the 2010s there that he only sold through his own website. We know this guy here, and I don't mean the Greg the Hammer Valentine in the case here. That's Matt Cardona. He is huge into this stuff. There are some current wrestlers who have a fondness for this old memorabilia. Matt Cardona here showing off his Greg the Hammer Valentine. I don't know if this is the exact here that they're told. The prototype will fetch you over $15,000 in good condition. As you might expect, the biggest one here that they have listed is a Hulk Hogan prototype for $75,000. John, did you have any toys like this or any from later years? What did you ever have any collectibles like this from wrestling cards, wrestling posters, anything like that? Were you an autograph collector? And while you're thinking about that, tell us in the live chat, tell us in the comments, do you do any sort of collectibles? Are any of them wrestling related? We want to hear about them. I used to have some of the toys, but I played with them. They're not collectibles anymore, and I don't have them.
Yeah, samesies. We had a ring, and we had some wrestlers, but I forget what the wrestlers were. It might have been like Legion of Doom was one of two of the people we had.
Okay.
And you know, I think I was a little too old at that point to be like, I think it was too old to like really be interested because my younger brothers would play with them. So yeah, we had that, and yeah, we had the ring, and I would like fire the guy. I would slingshot them off the ring. Like I wasn't really
Yes.
using them at like that much I wasn't like going through it and putting together a great match. Let's just
Yeah,
say
and it was
I was
so
just
frustrating because that was really the only thing you could do is slingshot them off the ropes.
yeah, right,
Unless you wanted to like direct them yourselves with your hand jumping off the top rope or something.
right.
And that's where your distaste for Irish whips came from. Every time you see someone do an Irish whip, you get flashbacks to this freaking wrestling ring toy and the fact that you had a slingshot guys to make a move.
That's it. That's the part. No, but we would like, throw, it was me and my two brothers, so we were animals. So we'd like slingshot the toys and then like throw them at each other and stuff like that.
There you go.
Real white trash stuff.
Yeah, and if you, only you had decided, no, let us not open these toys that we want to play with
Right.
and keep them around for 30 years.
Did you have these actual ones that were showing? Any of these?
I had some of this style, the things that looked kind of weird. For a while, I had more like this Hogan over here where none of the limbs moved. You could see a lot of these in the picture if you're joining us on the see up the close up here. A lot of these figurines, you could see there are movable joints for the arms at least, and sometimes the legs. British Bulldog here, Roddy Piper, Hulk Hogan, Jake the Snake Roberts, the Bushwhackers back here. Here on the edge is it looks like a Macho Man maybe. This is the solid state rubber figurines that have no joints. The Hulk Hogan one over here is similar. So I had a lot of these that did not move. And so you just had to like, really pretend that, oh, he's picking him up in a body slam. And then there you go. And oh, he's going to splash him. But hey, when the toys offer more constrictions, that just means you have to use your imagination.
Speaking of constrictions, Dom, what's our next story?
Nielsen has changed how they do ratings. Dave Meltzer wonders if their inability to count all of modern ways of viewing TV programs is making the wrestling programs look bad. The Nielsen news system intends to deliver information that is supposed to be more accurate than the previous model, which was discontinued on October 1st. It's called Big Data Plus Panel, and it's supposed to be able to take in account the different ways that people view things. However, WWE, NXT, and AEW Dynamite recorded historic lows. SmackDown, we've also talked about, is underperforming. Meltzer wonders if the metrics will impact programs getting advertising dollars going forward. As is right now, AEW's viewership on HBO and Max is not included in their calculations for what's happening. So this is the kind of thing where AEW partnering with a streaming service in addition to TNT and TBS might be making their viewership look lower than it is.
It's absolutely the case because
right,
a lot of people have HBO Max. Not a lot of people have cable, right? So they're just, and I think people just happen to have HBO Max. Like we get it for free through Liz's phone, and I think people would opt to use the streaming service rather than have a whole cable, like cable in general. I don't think a lot of people. There aren't many people left with cable, so I think that's going to really affect the AEW numbers. It's really tough to tell, especially if they change the way they track the ratings. But I mean, SmackDown was eventually going to go down because they're not nationally televised. But Netflix or Raw on Netflix, you just don't know what the numbers are. Is that basically how it works?
Raw and Netflix is not is unaffected by this because they're totally on Netflix. They don't have a broadcast partner. But this is the kind of thing where broadcast numbers are looking low because you have HBO Max and you have cable.
Yeah.
Are there times when you've used HBO Max to watch something that you could have watched on cable?
Definitely. It's a lot less. It's a lot. The commercials, like, there's less commercial breaks and stuff too on their app. So there's like nothing but an
Okay,
advantage.
so you could do one or the other. You're opting for the one that's not counted in the viewership. You wonder how often that's happening. So good point by Dave Meltzer there. And I wonder what this is going to look like for programs going forward. We'll keep an eye on it. This is a big wrestling finance thing. It's
Yeah.
all about metrics. You're doing big deals. You have to be able to show people that what you're delivering for their investment in your product.
This says 4 letters, 1 word. Suspicious coconut. I don't know.
Suspicious coconut, 4 letters, 1 word. Cena, I don't know.
Cena?
More of a finance, but not of the wrestling variety, but including a wrestler. Dwayne Johnson, his Smashing Machine is his worst movie opening ever. He is still very gracious to fans. This was a very different movie for Dwayne Johnson. And maybe it just didn't attract his normal action movie audience. But he's getting.
Wow.
What was up?
I said, wow.
Yeah, I mean, this did 5.9 million domestically. They were expecting somewhere between 8 and 15 million for it. His lowest before this was 2010's Faster, which was 8.5 million. That's not adjusted for inflation. That's more like what, 11, 12? So this is way low for a Dwayne Johnson movie. It's also way under the $50 million that A24 spent to produce the movie, not including promotional efforts. So this may wind up being Dwayne Johnson's best performance. He may get nominated for awards for this, but from a money standpoint, it's just not attracting the audience.
That's crazy. Because I have heard people talking about it outside of us, just outside of me and you, like just people mentioning, like, oh, The Rock's got a move, or, Dwayne Johnson has a movie and it's supposed to actually be good. And hearing people talk about that, but I guess they're hearing it. They know that it's supposed to be good, but they're not seeing it. Maybe it's
nobody wants to see the movie, but they've all heard that it's supposed to be good, so everybody's just making small talk.
Yeah, but
I heard that was really good. He did a good job. He's a good actor, and he's dramatic, and he's got so much range and depth. And nobody went to see it. Or like, 5.9 million is no slouch. And for a movie that maybe didn't have this big a budget and this much hype, you'd be like cheering like crazy for that. But by Dwayne Johnson standards, low opening there.
That's wild. I feel like if it's good, then it will get a lot of watches afterwards. Like, I think I want to see it, and I definitely will watch it, but I don't want to go to the theater to watch it. So I think a lot of people will watch it on TV.
Not being an action movie, there's no reason to go see it on the big screen with the surround sound and all the effects, right?
Exactly. Fast and Furious. Oh yeah, of course. You're gonna see go 3, IMAX, or go to one of those crazy theaters, get a giant thing of popcorn, and go watch some trash. But like, if it's a movie I want to pay attention to, I have no need to be around people. I'll just watch it.
We don't need those people. Something we've been covering, Raja Jackson, after the wrestling attack at Knox Pro Wrestling back in September, they have announced he will be charged with 1 count of felony battery and 1 count of misdemeanor battery. He was released on $50,000 bail. Just wanted to update this just because we have covered it in past Cheap Heats. Yes, he did get a felony charge for what happened in the ring. So far, this looks like a shoot and not a work.
Yeah. Dude, that's really rough. I mean, it's a shame that it is what it is. It's on tape, right? And it's
everybody
brutal.
saw it.
It's on tape and it's brutal, and everybody knows the background of it. And
and this comes from MMA Junkie, so I have no reason to think that they're just playing up a work here. I mean, obviously you can also check with the LA County Prosecutor's Office and things, but looks like real charges, including a felony for Raja Jackson. We'll see what becomes this. This was an awful situation all around. Like we have talked about how this looked like a really poorly done wrestling promotion.
Yeah. It's
that
awful.
would, even book something like this and have people not understanding who's a wrestler, who's not a wrestler, guys getting smacked with beer cans backstage for no reason,
Oh yeah. I mean, he did get smacked in the head with a beer can
Yeah.
when he walked in, and didn't seem like he was. So like that wasn't good, right? And I know the guy said he's sorry, but he also hit him in the head with a beer can for no reason.
So none of this put the professional in professional wrestling.
No.
Except for the guy who pulled Raja Jackson off of Psycho Stu.
There was one guy that did the right thing.
There was one professional wrestler involved in this, and another one who came, jumped in after that. But other than that, lots of non-professional wrestling was involved in this. From WrestleZone, Chris Jericho. He's teasing his next move amid an AEW absence. People don't quite know where he's going. Where do you think Chris Jericho's going? Is he going back to AEW? Tony Khan loves him. Jericho hasn't said anything bad about AEW as far as what I can tell. Do you think Chris Jericho's going back to AEW?
So I would think that at some point he might want to go back to WWE, but he also could probably. I wonder if he'll try to like do New Japan and AEW again. I don't know. I don't know what his next step is. It's actually a big mystery for me, because if he leaves AEW, I think everyone agrees that like he had an amazing run there. He was their champ. He put them on the map. They're in a place where they don't need him right now, but he's going to be the first guy in their Hall of Fame without question, even more than Cody. I think it's probably Chris Jericho.
And maybe like the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
We don't know, right? We'll just have to see. That was Jericho's quote.
My only thing with Jericho is I could see him go back to WWE, but I know that he and Hunter just don't like each other. So that's going to be tricky, right? Although Hunter did not like CM Punk, and now he's his dad, I guess. But if you've seen any of the Unreal, it's ridiculous. He's always holding him and whispering sweet nothings in his ear and holding him and like comforting CM Punk and he's like, and CM Punk's like, I could have never done this without you. It's sickening. It's so lame.
Oh my goodness. I'm now glad I don't see that.
Don't watch Unreal. It'll make you not like WWE.
Watch Don't Bury the Lead instead. Speaking of TNA, you mentioned there was some TNA chants, and we've talked about TNA a little bit. Mickie James is going into the TNA Hall of Fame. Her inductor will be Lisa Marie Verone, known to wrestling fans as Victoria or Tara. Great honor for Mickie James, I believe real-life wife of Nick Aldis. So congratulations to Mickie James. Do you remember Mickie James from her time in the WWE?
Yeah, I like her. She was a good old head in there.
Right. She was one of the ones who could actually wrestle, too. She was one of the transitional figures from purely diva into, okay, some of them are athletes and understand wrestling.
She went to TNA, and then she showed up at the Royal Rumble with her TNA title.
Yes.
And this is while Vince was there. And so this was like insane. Like, oh my God, another company's title here.
Yep.
And I had never seen that before. So that's why
she's
that's
a
what
groundbreaker.
I really remember. Yeah.
Right. She's a groundbreaking wrestler in that regard. So good for Mickie James. Good for Tara as well, for Victoria, Lisa Marie Verone, for what she's going to be able to do. We've been talking about other promotions. People know Taz from all over. He's one of the ECW guys from way back. He is having total shoulder replacement surgery. He will be off of the announce booth for a while. Have you missed Taz on the announce booth recently? Has he already taken his leave?
I haven't noticed if he was on or off. So maybe it's coming up. I haven't I think I missed. Because the Phillies were in the playoffs last week. I missed Dynamite.
There you go.
So, probably next week. Yeah, there'll be Shivani doing more, which is I'm fine with.
Okay, very good. Well wishes to Taz, of course. And finally, there were some other retirements going on. The Hardys and the Dudleys, Team 3D, wrestled at TNA Bound for Glory this weekend. Jeff Hardy brought back the famous spot where he swantoned Devon Dudley through a table off the top of a ladder here. You can see the carnage. They're checking on both wrestlers. I'm not playing this because they're going to tell us mean things. After the match, which the Hardys won to retain both sets of titles that they have, hugs all around. The Dudleys then, what's this unbroken table doing in the corner? Don't you guys know how to wrestle? Anyway, after the match, the Dudleys unlace their boots, hand them to the Hardys as in a gesture of this is our final match. They leave their boots in the middle of the ring. Tears, hugs all around. Congratulations to not only the Hardys for making it back to the level that they can still wrestle at their age and do things, but also congratulations to Devon and Bully Ray for getting what seems to be for them the kind of send-off that they wanted. Not a lot of wrestlers get to write their final page. It looks like, and I'm told the match wasn't, the greatest match ever. They're older for doing this kind of stuff. It's not going to be as great as it was 20 years ago. But kudos to them for getting to put the final punctuation mark on their own careers. And everybody seemed to appreciate it. That's all I got. What say you? Do you remember much about the Dudleys and the Hardys?
Yeah, absolutely. I loved the Dudleys. They're one of my favorite tag teams of all time. So this is cool.
ECW Originals.
ECW Originals. I loved them in ECW. I liked when they were in WWE. The TLC match, of course, is a classic, and it's cool. Steve LeCastro texted me this morning and told me about this match, so I'll probably try to pirate it. Actually, check it out.
There you go. Good links of at least some of the post-match festivities are online.
Yeah, I saw them do the hug at the end and the shoe thing. That was cool.
How about having the Hardys as their final opponent? I mean, that's
perfect.
Yeah, you couldn't have picked a better one, right?
Yeah. Crazy that Jeff did the swanton, but that's right. Jeff Hardy, right?
That's Jeff Hardy. He must be feeling good if he's able to do those kind of moves again.
Yeah.
So good for all of them. I, of course, remember Bully Ray for also having a really good singles run in TNA Impact Wrestling for a long time, where he really stepped out of his shell, especially on the mic.
Yeah.
And that Bully Ray character, I think, is the real personality that people get when he does like Busted Open Radio now.
Yeah, he is in character like Bully Ray. Because he used to be Bubba Ray. Bubba Ray was like he would stutter and stuff like that. That was more of
like they were
comedy gimmick.
Like they weren't all quite there, we could be politically incorrect about it, but the Dudleys were supposed to be like inbreds who just weren't all there cognitively. By the time they got to TNA, not only were they no longer wrestling always as a tag team, like Devon had a little singles push too. Bully Ray had a huge singles push. He was great on the mic, great as a character. And I think that's the Bully Ray that people get to see now in, new media, doing podcasts, doing interviews during doing the retirement tour on shoot interviews and stuff. That's where you got to see him. So I remember the Bully Ray that people see now.
Yeah.
Good for all of them. John, it is unseasonably warm. It is pathologically frugal. What is it?
Dom, it is cheap heat. And the Italian goodbye tonight is going to be more of an Irish exit, as I don't have much time left. So
no, see, we knew there were leftovers. We already have them in the Tupperware. We've got the saran wrap on them. They're all ready for you. Legit, give me a minute. We'll give you the leftovers. You can leave.
thank you so much to Ghostface for all the great comments tonight, and
Absolutely.
Suspicious Coconut for this very strange comment, but we'll take it. We
We'll
appreciate
take
the
it.
chats.
We like riddles. We can handle them.
Um,
Everybody watching on Twitch or X, know that the mother load of our content is over at YouTube. Don't bury the lead, a wrestling channel. And if you are on YouTube also, and you haven't subscribed yet, head on over there and hit that subscribe button. Help us climb the next mountain. We're over 1,000. We're over 1,100. But hey, the more the merrier. There's no limit on our arena here on the interwebby. So get the archive of all our cool stuff, not only these live streams, but as you mentioned, John, the edited videos that you do, the hashtag shorts that are under 60 seconds. All of our content has a home at the YouTube channel. Don't bury the lead on YouTube. Find us, subscribe, click the like button. Join us. Give us some of your thoughts. We like reading them.
and
We may even answer you.
I will absolutely answer. Yeah, so thanks again, Dom, for joining. Really appreciate it. Check us out on YouTube. Help us hit our next goal. We're monetized, but we want to keep building and building here with the subscribers. So thank you all, and have a great rest of your evening.